This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. 4 Bahamians in action on day 3 of the IAAF World Championships in Beijing, China. Let's start with the prelims of the women's 400 meters. Thanks to BEC, this is the view I had for the race. For those of you lucky enough to watch it live, Shawnee Miller in Heat 6, Lane 5. Miller in full control of the race from start to finish. She crosses the line first in 50.53 and earns a spot in tomorrow's semifinals. She will be in Heat 1 of 3, Lane 6, and she will need to be in the top 2 of that heat or have one of the next 2 fastest times to advance to Thursday's final. Now you can watch the semifinal live on ZNS at 7:05 a.m. The other Bahamians in competition, all a part of the men's 400-meter semifinals. 7 is supposed to be a lucky number, but that wasn't the case for the 2:42 today, and you'll see why. Let's start with Heat 1. Chris Brown running out of Lane 2. He finishes 7th in 45.07. In Heat 2, Stephen Gardner lining up in Lane 6 in between 2 runners who ran under 44 in the prelims. Gardner, too, coming through with a 7th place finish in 44.98. Michael Matthew, the last hope for the Bahamas, in Heat 3, Lane 3. And wouldn't you know it, this would be another 7th place finish for the 2:42. Matthew crossed the line in 45.43, meaning the Bahamas will not have a representative in the final. Nike High School All-Stars put on a show on Saturday at the Kendall Isaacs Gym, beating our under-19 select team 125-65. And as Kelsey Johnson tells us, this was definitely a learning experience for those in the local basketball community.
With former NBA players roaming the sidelines and some of the top prospects for colleges and universities, as well as the 2017 NBA draft running the floor, a number of local high school coaches made sure that they were ready to take notes.
As head coach of QC, what are you taking from this particular basketball game here?
Our boys got to get stronger. These boys are strong, they're athletic, and they're very skillful. They got to be more skillful and be able to shoot the ball more and be able to run faster and actually get stronger. That's like these guys.
Just looking at the way they play the game in terms of slowing the game down and making the right plays on the court. They make winning plays. They just don't play the game.
So what are you going to take from this game and implement into your system?
I mean, I can take a lot of things from this game, but it's more important for the guys themselves to come and watch so they can learn to take things for themselves from the game. As a coach, I can see things, but if they don't see it, it doesn't really matter.
Tell them to make sure, be in condition, know how to run a system, know how to match intensity and also mental strength. And to be competitive on this level, you have to have more than just basketball one-on-one skills. You have to be a complete team effort.
The coaches also weighed in on what they think the under-19 national Bahamas squad needed to do in order to net a win.
With a little bit more practice, better organizing the team, that we could be more competitive in the future. We need a big guard, we need a big, strong guard that is battle-tested, have experience and could be able to bring some stability to the point guard position on this team.
Yeah, they're playing good, but this ain't our best players. Our best players going back to school.
Although the basketball season doesn't tip off until mid-October locally, the coaches said that they are ready to hit the court running, hoping to be a shot up on their opponents. Kelsey Johnson, ZNS Total Sports.
Thanks a lot, Kelsey. Well, the 2015 Youth Commonwealth Games will take place September 5th through the 11th in Samoa, and due to circumstances beyond their control, the Bahamas Olympic Committee has made a conscious decision not to send its team off.
There's been a dengue and chikungunya outbreak right next to the facilities, to the training center, and to the village. And so we're troubled to send our young kids so far from the Bahamas to an area that's contaminated. There's been a lot of back and forth, and our concern is a lot of our kids will leave Samoa and head directly to college, and we don't want them to miss any of their college days. There are 1 or 2 parents who would like for us to reconsider, and we are getting legal advice. If they choose to take on indemnify the Bahamas Olympic Committee and take on the responsibility, that's something we may consider, but we're taking legal advice in that regard, and obviously medical advice as well. But so we won't put our kids in harm's way.
And that will do it for sports. Stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.